Sorry, I haven't started because I'm still trying to fix up those that will be joining with YouTube. And for us to have been delayed this much, it's the network. I've been on since few minutes immediately after night, but the network has been proving stubborn again. So once I'm able to fix up the YouTube, then we'll start immediately. But I have another challenge. My phone is not much full, and that's where the internet is from. So I may try and see if we can finish between now and 10 o'clock because my phone will be down anytime from now. So you just have to manage it today that way. So once I'm done with that fixing up, then we'll start.
Hello? Good evening.
So good evening, everyone. I guess we'll be starting now. I hope you can hear me. Let's confirm that before
Yes, we can. We can
move
hear
on.
you.
Good. So I think if I'm not mistaken, we've done IFRS 8 before, right? But I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
sure all of us were.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not sure all of us were part of it then. So ideally, I've been trying to look for um past question on it, but I couldn't even know that has to do with calculation. But I knew I have it. I don't know. So, but the one I still have is the one that only talks about the theoretical foundation of it. So I'll just, like I said, I'm going to do it the class is going to be likely short because of my phone. There is an electricity problem around my area. So my phone may be down, maybe hovering. So I'll try and see if we can finish up by 10. See be the phone will not be off before then. So let's dive in. So majorly, let me just, I can even, without blinking an eye, summarize what IFRS 8 is all about. So let me break it down so that we don't unnecessarily have vague understanding. So when we say IFRS 8 and it's termed operating segments, so what it means is that, let's say myself, I'll just be picking random names here. Adeyemi, Adeoye, Chinyere, Faith. Those are the names I could see here. So we come together, we form a company, and our company has been on for the past, let's say, 10 years. And out of that, we now have branches in different parts of Nigeria, let's say in like 20 states. We also have different line of business we are operating. So let's say we are into oil and gas, we are also into real estate, we are also into insurance. I just want to explain it to you in a way that you don't need to start cramming anything. And when I even share the material with you, you'll be at home with it. Like I said, there's not much time. So, like the picture I painted indicates that we have branches in different parts of the country. We also have different line of business, let's say like 5 or thereabouts. So, according to the requirement of IFRS, each of these are part of the business, but the way they are to be reported is guided by whether they meet up with what we call operating segments. So there are some criteria that they must meet before they are reported separately as a segment of the business, either as a line of business or as the location. The branches I just mentioned, that those 20 branches, like I said, if you so it's if they meet up with the requirement of IFRS 8, then we can report them as such. If they don't, you can't report them. So I need somebody to confirm that you guys heard what I just said now. So I want to still explain before I go into reading the content of this material, whatever. Somebody should talk. I need to.
I hear you, sir.
Sure.
You can hear me, sir.
Okay. Do you have an hint on what I'm talking about? Like, is he getting clear? Like, are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the good news about it is that when you're talking about operating segments, I've searched for that question, Taya. But if you can share,
Excuse me, sir. There is a question. Past question. May 2023. Question 7.
I've checked 2023. I don't check check it to I didn't say anything. So as I'm saying, so before you now talk of IFRS 8, then you need to it's only to a oh, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I've been looking for. Thank you. Why did I not see it? I was looking at actually I was focusing more on November 2023 actually, not me. So it has to be a company that is being traded on the publicly on the stock exchange. If the company is not listed, then this will not be applicable to them. So that's whenever you want to answer question on standard, I've said it over and over. They showcase that you understand that standard, and part of which is that give a background, give an introduction, say something that will not relate to the question that let them know that you really have of what this is all about. So we now dive into, like I also told you, when you're asking question about on standards, they require three things from you. You do this introduction I just mentioned. You tell them about the scope, what the standards entails, what are the exemptions, what are the areas that the standard does not cover, or another standard that type of something related to it, more that. Then
Sorry, sir, your voice is
analysis
breaking. If you can hear me, your voice is breaking, sir.
that will be network. That will be network. Is it better now?
No.
No, it's
Still breaking.
Hello.
No, sir.
Allow. What do we do? What do we do? Is it better now, or is this the same thing?
It's better.
Thank God.
It is here.
As the go on, problem. I won't be able to come in easily like that. So I think on that note, let me just in the next 10 minutes mark, I want to be done, or even 8 minutes, I want to be done with the theoretical part. And I will switch my screen to the question and we answer it together. If we truly understand the content of the standard. So, let's go. So I've mentioned that it has to do with entities that are traded on stock exchange. So the objective is to disclose all relevant informations about an entity in a way that the users of financial statements are able to evaluate the nature and financial effects of the business activities and the economic environment through the eyes of management. So why are they particular about this as objective? It's a fact that, you know, if a company has different branches like that or different line of business, they may be using one to cover up for the other. So, but when there is full disclosure, then it will be very hard for them because they will require information for them to sabotage the reports will not be there for them again. Everything is already they opened. Yes. Yes. A segment can be a component of a company, a department of a company, a branch, a subsidiary. So don't get it cocked up. Like when they say segment, oh, I'm not sure, or I think some people will feel like when it's a segment, maybe a line of business, they may not think of it as a location. They may not think of it as a department. They may not think of it as a component of the business or even a subsidiary. Yes, that one is a very good one to have been added. So a subsidiary can also be a segment. So how? Now we now have operating segments. This is a component of an entity that engages in business activities from which it can earn revenues. Listen, underline. So if there is no revenue, then it's not worthy to be called an operating segment. That means operation is going on. So reportable segment. This is an operating segment that its material information, such as revenue, you can say assets, liabilities, profit or loss, needs to be provided in the notes to the financial statement for performance assessment purposes. So all those points mentioned, revenue, asset, liability, profit or loss, they are very important to understanding how you deal with IFRS 8. So when we get there, you will understand better. Okay, chief operating decision maker. This is very important. This is the person that has been put in charge of taking decision about the overall operation of the company. It may simply be your CEO. It may simply be your COO. Whoever is in charge of taking that decision of evaluating and deciding whether a part of the entity is an operating segment or not. So this is an officer who identifies the function for the allocation of resources, you can see, an assessment of the performance of the operating segments of an entity, and not necessarily a manager with specific title. So whoever is performing the role of allocation of resources and evaluating how those resources are being utilized in order to come about the revenue, in order to take decision on the revenue, asset, liability, or profit or loss of the entity. So that's who we call CODM, Chief Operating Decision Maker. Are you guys there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we are here.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
We are with you.
Please, sir, can I ask a question?
Please go on.
Sorry, please, for those of us who just joined, is it possible to get this material, please?
That's the list we do now. We surely share it. That's not an issue at all.
Okay.
That's the list. We surely share it after the class. So,
please, can you include? Can you zoom in? It's very small, too tiny, please. Thank you.
Zoom it yourself now. Use your hand and it will come up.
No, it doesn't work that way. If you want to replay, it doesn't work that way.
I just zoomed my
hope
own.
is better.
I'm moving, reducing it.
Hope is better.
It's better. It's better. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir, it's better.
So, these 5 things that you can see on the screen, and if you want to memorize it, if you want to cram it, if you want to write it and be learning it about IFRS 8 is very, very important. Although I don't think they will give you that level of stress to start identifying which of them is relevant to determining whether, but they may be funny sometimes. So each of these 5 areas are very, very crucial for you to know when you want to decide whether a segment is an operating segment. Each of them needs to be evaluated. So 2 or more operating segments may be aggregated into a single operating segment if aggregation is consistent with the core principles of this IFRS, which is IFRS 8. The segments have similar economic characteristics. You can see, underline that too. Similar economic characteristics, that is their nature, the way they operate, the prices they are being sold, and every other related things in that manner. They are connected, they are related, they are in concord, not discord. So, and the segments are similar in each of the following aspects. So you need to note this. 1, the nature of the products and services, the nature of the production processes, the type of class of customer for their products and services, the method used to distribute their products or provide their services, and then, if applicable, the nature of the regulatory environment, for example, banking, insurance, or public utilities. So all of these 5, you need to know them, because when you're arguing, when you are presenting your point, even I continue to say it, if you follow my advice in your SBR, you will thank me later for this. When question is being asked on standard, it's not all about you even understand the question, like you know what they want you to do. Any other thing that you know, starting from what that standard stands for, the content of that standard, the scope, say it is. Then you now analyze the question. I think we should be able to. That's why I need to be fast with this one. We should be able to try and do that tonight on that question. So identification of reportable segments. So the one we are mostly interested in is the reportable segment, not just operating. Operating will be determined when each of these five is available, and then you can group them. You can match one or two together or three if they have the similarities as listed in those five that we just did. Are we clear on this before I move on? Somebody is there?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Please,
sir.
sir.
Yes, please.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, go. Good evening.
Please, I want to know this aggregate, is it the same thing with the principal? Because in past question, I think November 2018, question 7, they were asking of the principles of operating segments. Is it the same thing?
No, it's not. This 5 is for aggregation. The principle will likely be on the identification. What are the things you need to report? Which they slightly mentioned earlier. Those are the fact that the 10% of that segment, is it constitute 10% of revenue out of the total revenue constituted, the total asset constituted, that particular segment, does it constitute 10% of it out of the total assets? Does it contribute 10% of the total segment that made profits? This one is very dicey. You only consider the segment that made profit. Some may make loss. Or when you are even looking at it too, there are some that made loss. Does it constitute 10% of the total number of total segment that made loss? Are you with me? So you
Yes,
look at
sir.
assets, look at revenue, look at profits. Those are the profit or loss. Yes, those three things. So those are the principles behind it. Those are the things you need to look out for when you are deciding whether it's really a reportable segment. So
Thank you,
these two
sir.
things, we have said it before, or three. An operating segment is a component of an entity, one, that engages in business activities from which it may earn revenue and incur expenses. Two, whose operating results are largely reviewed by the entity's operating decision maker to make decisions about resources to be allocated to the segment and assess its performance, and for which discrete financial information is available. Let me quickly explain this third one. What this means is that they operate in such a way that they have their own financial statements. Let me put it that way. So they have the total complete records to come up with their own financial statements. I think that's the best way I can put it. So that means they can say, okay, this is our asset. It's solely owned by them. What this is telling you is that it's not a joint or shared resource. Rather, that segment actually owns it by itself. So it also engaged in business activities in order to earn revenue and incur expenses. So reporting segment are those operating segments or aggregations of operating segments. We understand what aggregation is all about and the basis of aggregating. There are 5 of them. You don't need to count them. Are they similar in products? Are they similar in the production process? Are they similar in the regulatory environment that binds them together? Are they similar in the customer, the type of customer that they attract? I think I'm left with 1. So when you have this, you can get that. So those you don't need to count them, just understand. And it's not compulsory to mention the 5 out of 5. Depending on the question may guide you to know whether the 5 is relevant or not. But please know it. Don't come. But if coming is your own way, no problem. Just make sure you do, and you are not mixing it up in the exam. So reportable segments are those ones that are those operating segments or aggregation for which segment information must be separately reported. This I just explained now. Yes, it's not that, before we know whether the total sales is this, we need to consider another location that is closer here. No. Or the amount we spent on transport is between, no. It has to stay clear of every other places or every other line of business. So an entity shall report separately information about an operating segment that meets any this part too. In fact, while I was still writing, I never understand it very well this way. So, but I want to beg you, underline this: any of the following quantitative thresholds, not they must meet all of them. I understood it earlier that they must meet all of them. It's a lie. Any of them, if any of them has been met, we are good to go. The first one is revenue. That is 10% or more of total revenue and inter-segment of all operating segments. So the total revenue we want to consider, if this segment has 10% of it, then it is important. If that one is not there, then check the absolute amount of the segments reported profit or loss is 10% or more of the greater of the combined reported profit of all segments that not report a loss. The combined loss of all segments that report a loss. I think this one that when you are considering profit, you consider only profit that make profit. When you are considering loss, you consider loss. So you don't use that for the total does not. You cannot hear me. Hello.
Yes,
You can hear
your voice
Your voice is breaking.
This network wahala, sef, I don't even know.
We can hear you now, sir.
Okay. That network going down. So the revenue, if both external and inter-segment, external is the normal revenue they earn. They sell to outside and now. So the customers they have. But the inter-segment has to do with between them. Okay, segment A, B, C, D, E. So what they sell in between them. The total of revenue, when you are considering a particular segment A, so that data is to be considered. If this segment has 10% of it, then it's good to go. If it doesn't have that, we are not giving up yet. We also consider the absolute amount of the segment's reported profit or loss. If that one is also 10% or more of the greater of the combined reported profit of all segments that did not report a loss, and the combined loss of all segments that reported a loss. So that needs to be understood that way. The third one, any of this is okay. Not that they must have all of that. Please. The segment asset are 10% or more of the combined set asset of all operating segments. So, it's even good. Note, to segment, it is not compulsory that all above 3 conditions must be met, but at least one of the 3 conditions must be met. There is an exception, which is where we are going to stop. When I'm done with this exception, go and see what can do the question. So, 70% external verification.
Sorry, sir, your network is bad now. Hello, sir.
Screen. You cannot see the screen.
Your voice is breaking.
And the voice is cracking.
Hello, is the voice better now?
Yes, it's better now. It's better now.
We can see the screen now.
It's better.
Is that network going up and down? I did not do anything to screen even before. So is that network? Maybe so 70% external revenue aggregation threshold. That's an exception to 10% threshold that we just discussed. So the external revenue of all identified segments based on the 10% threshold that must be at least 75% of the total external revenue. How do we mean? The total revenue of the whole company from all the areas, all the line of business, let's say it's 3 billion. But those that are constituted, listen to this one, oh, the segments that have constituted reportable segments that have met either of the 3 criteria that I mentioned earlier, then when we put their own revenue together, it must be up to 75% of all the external revenue. If this is not met, let's now say all the ones that have reported, let me use 4 billion, not 3 billion the other time. Let me use 4 billion. The total revenue is 4 billion. And those that have reported profits, the total revenue that belongs to them, and that's have been counted as a reportable segment, the total revenue that belongs to them is 3 billion out of the 4 billion. What is 3 billion or 4 billion? 3 over 4. Hello, can you hear me? Is network back again? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes,
I can hear you, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
What is
the
3
network is fluctuating.
What is 3 over 4? What percentage is that?
75%.
75%. 75%.
So that one is almost a direct. Thank you. That one is almost a direct one. But we cannot be so lucky all the time that way. So let me twist it. Let me say the total revenue is 4 billion, and for those reportable entities that we have identified, the total asset they have is 2.7 billion out of the 4 billion. Remember, is
It is not up to 75.
so this is what you now do. What you now do is that's why they call it exceptions. You now look for any other entity that do not meet up with all the 3 requirements. Then you now consider the value it has. If that value will be able to give you the 75% required, you had it. Let's say that one now has 300 million. We are now looking for 300 million. You just had it. Irrespective whether it meets up with the 3 criteria we mentioned earlier. So are we on the same page?
Yes.
No.
Okay. What's your prayer? Which part do you not understand? Hello, the person that said no. Okay, I think we can move on. There's no limit to the numbers of segments that you can bring together when you are looking out for the 75% threshold. There's no limit. Insofar it will give us whatever numbers we require to meet up. Also, the aggregation rule, you can merge 2 or more operating segments to become one if they have all those 5 similarities. So the last one, usefulness of information to users. Operating segments that do not meet any of the quantitative threshold, that's 10% criteria, may be considered reportable and separately disclosed. If the management believes that information about operating segments will be useful to users of the financial statements. So I don't know. I think I want to deliberately stop here. You can read off the rest. So let me change what I'm sharing.
Please, the person eating should mute himself now.
I'm supposed to be funny, eh? Seriously.
So funny.
It will be very,
Yeah,
very.
someone is cooking. You can hear the sound of spoon here.
That is discipline.
Ibob A.
You don't want to go to Abuja. Don't fight with Ibom here. Can you see my screen? Oh, fuck.
Yes, sir. We can see it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me share. Okay. So we'll be examining it together. If you have opinion on this, you raise your hand before you talk so that it not become rowdy. Let's see whether you really understand what we just went through together now. And let me even see whether you put into practice what I taught you about answering standard question. The question goes thus: Fine Face Limited produces and sells its range of body care products through 3 separate divisions. What does this tell you? Hello, is anyone there?
3 segments.
Yeah, with you, sir.
No operating yet, though. You have 3 segments. Don't go to operating yet. There are criteria before you get to operating. I told you before.
You said they must be listed or quoted.
That's the first. Now let's move on. In addition, there are 2 liquid which carry research and development activities. How many in total?
Okay. The next one, they
Fine
engage in
Face is a
business
company that has
and
3 segments now.
revenue.
2 divisions.
You said? Anyone hear me?
You are breaking,
Good.
sir.
I was asking what did the person say?
You are still breaking. You're still breaking. Jennifer, please don't let your thumbs down. Let's use our words.
Hello. Am I still breaking?
Hi, we
Yes,
are with you,
sir.
sir.
You are still breaking.
Yes, sir. You're still breaking.
We are with you.
It is very well solved problem now that this breaking again. Although my net.
The network is not stable.
It's sounding like you are singing for us.
Is this weather that caused the network?
So I sing. Me that I don't like. It's almost time for me to even leave, but I would have loved to even treat this question analytically, and I was saying the solution. Oh,
Sometimes
Can
the
change
phone
your
is slow.
location.
Can you change
No,
your
sometimes
location or log out and log in?
sometimes if a phone is low, it can affect
He has
network.
even logged himself out there. He has logged out.
And let's allow him to come in again. Mr. Olatu, so please mute your mic.
Is the lecture over?
I think he exists.
Okay, because of the network.
Oh, sorry, the mic was on. Yes, I think he will join back. Possibly try to get a good location for the internet.
Please, is it a bad idea for us to look at the question together, pending when he will join? I remember he said his battery is down and all that.
Please go ahead. Go ahead. You can lead the way.
Okay. So let me start from the beginning. Fine Face Limited produces and sells its range of body care products.
Hello,
Through
he's back.
Mr.
He's
Yusuf.
back. Oh, he's
Mr.
back.
Yusuf.
He's back.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
okay. Sorry, is my network better now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It's better.
Yes, sir.
you sound better now.
The thing eventually threw me out totally. Let's go do. Okay, so well done for taking that initiative. So we were trying to analyze. We have been able to identify how many segments now. Hello.
Hi, sir. We are with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are with you.
From the question now, how many segments have we been able to identify?
There are three segments.
Is it 3? Check very well.
5. 5, sir. 5.
Fine Face
Yeah, 5
Limited produces and
segments.
sells a range of body
There
care
are five.
products.
Five.
Separate
So
divisions.
5
In addition, there are 2 laboratories which carry out research and development activities. These are departments now, and these are like line of operation. Those are the ways you identify segments.
Please, sir, send it to the
So
page.
that
Forward the question
they
to
are
the
fair.
page so we can read it there. To the WhatsApp page.
I need to anyway.
So your network is breaking again.
So, we are able to identify is that we have 5 segments. So, out of these 5 segments, it's May 2023 now. Maybe I'll not out again.
Your network is bad.
I think it's location. Because
Have you finished
it's not a general issue. Hello, class. Hello.
We can hear you.
Okay. Please, before his arrival, I don't know if there is anything we can do to assist them in this area of network this thing. I don't know if there's anything we can do. It's just for our own benefit. Don't know.
But what do you have any idea? What do you suggest? I suggest someone should read out the question so we can see if it makes any meaning to us, like the way the teacher would do.
It's not
Then we
even
can start
it's not even the issue of solving the question now. At least to find a lasting solution to this issue of a network problem. You know, it's like the thing is reoccurring now. We are not really enjoying this lecture the way we're supposed to enjoy it. I don't know if there's
it's not even only this class. It's not even only this class.
It is the weather.
And I think it's to find out which network they are using.
Exactly, that's other thing we can do.
So,
And their location to which network is stronger.
hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Well, I don't know. I don't even know which network is good again in this Nigeria. So
It depends on the area where you are.
I was formerly using Airtel, and I realized that wow, that one is a no. I had to
It
abandon
depends
it.
your location and where you are. That's just it. And where their mass is located, your area. That's just it.
Okay.
But what of MTN in your area, sir?
I'm using
Is
MTN now.
okay?
All this in the past, in fact, since I started the class with you, I've been using MTN. I'm using MTN.
That's fine, Sayo. At least now the network is stable. Maybe we'll just continue.
I hope so. I hope it will not throw me out again. So
The segments, yeah, is it not 4 segments?
there are 5. There are 5.
There are 5. Make it 5.
There are 2 laboratories. There are 3 separate divisions. That's what makes it 5. In the first of these laboratories, the research and development activities is funded internally and centrally for each of the 3 sales divisions. It does not carry out research and development activities for other entities. Each of the 3 divisions is given a budget allocation, which it uses to purchase research and development activities from the laboratory. The laboratory is directly accountable to the divisional heads for this expenditure. Before I go on, can you confirm whether we are still good to go to still assume we have 5 operating segments?
No,
Based
no.
on
I
what
think they
you
are
have
not
explained.
similar. They are not similar in the nature of their products and services.
You said?
They are not similar in the nature of their products and services.
You are mixing things up. Oh. You are mixing things up. Before you start comparing similarity, it is at the point of did they meet the
Aggregation.
threshold? Threshold.
Yes.
Threshold.
The aggregation.
If they don't meet the threshold, that's when you need to now match them together. That's the point you now start comparing similarities. They are different things. When you are not comparing, when you are not merging them, you don't need to even be disturbing yourself whether they have similarities or not. No. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So it is when you want to when you have to combine. When you are not combining, don't pay attention to whether they are similar or not. No, you don't. You are not to be concerned with that one. What I can see from this analysis, I want to guide you on how to approach at this final level most especially when it comes to SBR now. They need analysis more. They need you to analyze that question and understand whether what you are testing for is there or not. You want to confirm at the end of this question, what we want to establish is that is IFRS 8 applicable here or not, and you have to make your points and you have to validate them. So the first paragraph has confirmed to us we have 5 segments. I'm not qualified, just segments. The second paragraph is now telling us some other information. If you go back to have I not closed this? I've closed it. If you go back to the I may need to okay. If you go back to the material that I explained to you, they mentioned that they have separate financial activities, separate financial information, and they just mentioned that in this second paragraph here. They said each of the 3 divisions is given a budget allocation. Look at it, you may be confused, which it uses to purchase research and development activities from the laboratories. Laboratories is directly accountable to the divisional heads for this expenditure, meaning that whether the first 3 or the last 2, which are laboratories, they are still accountable when it comes to financial information. They still have financial information, and there is somebody that they are reporting to. Do you get it? Which is chief operating decision maker. That has come out in this question, in this particular paragraph. I don't know whether somebody is getting what I'm trying to paint.
Yes, sir. Please, can I say something?
Please go ahead.
Like that, like I said, I was the one that I said that it's 4 segments because the first laboratory is just a cost center with no external revenue, and it's not being reviewed by the CODM directly. That was why I said that it's 4 segments.
Are you still saying that now? Are you still saying that now? I'm asking a question now. Are you still saying there are 4?
I mean, why I said that there are 4.
I understand why you said there are 4. I just want to confirm before I explain anything further. Are you still saying there are still 4?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You answered the question yourself. Now look at it this way. You know, even the first 3, they never tell us that. Okay. Now you are assuming because the first 3 has to purchase from them. Remember. In the shall I say the principle or the basis of establishing whether they are operating segments, reportable segments, sorry, there is segment, there is operating segment, there is reportable segment. So reportable segment, you will consider both internal and external, remember?
Yes.
So whether it is only internal self does not exclude them from being a segment. I don't know whether you get that point.
Okay.
They mentioned that it must be, you combine whether it is internal or external. The one that does not have external, so be it. The one that does not have internal, so be it. Do you understand now? Because if you look at the first three, they don't have any internal arrangement. Or where do you see that somebody buy from them internally? Is there from this information we have? Is there?
Okay.
So then what we have here for the laboratory, that second paragraph here, is only one of the two laboratories. The second laboratory, the information is below it. The second laboratory performs contract investigation activities for other laboratories and body care companies. You can see that this laboratory earns 75% of its revenue from external customers, and these external revenues represent 18% of the organization's total revenue. Anyone among us can tell me this second laboratory, does it clearly qualifies as a reportable segment or not, without even going further?
It is qualified because it's related revenue.
It qualifies.
No, wait.
It qualifies.
Wait, if you want to talk, you explain. Because I need us to put it down so that at least whenever you see verse 8 like this, no, you don't have problem with it again. If you want to talk, be sure. Oh yeah, who is talking?
Can I talk, sir?
Oh yeah, please go on.
Yes, it's qualified in the sense that it generates revenue and it met the threshold of 10%.
How do you meet the threshold of 10%?
75% for revenue from external customer, and this external revenue represents 80% of the organization's external total revenue. Already, revenue is above 10%.
You are not talking. Well done. So I hope others understand it that way, because I wouldn't be surprised if somebody will say we are speaking Spanish here.
Excuse me, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
You say hello, I say hi.
There's something I want to say, because this very question,
go on now.
is different from B. I said A is different from B. Question A is different from question B.
We have not got into the question to be alone. We are just analyzing the content of the what do you call the data given to us. Don't worry. When you are able to understand this from this level, when we get there, it will be a trash. Don't worry. You are going too fast, so you are going ahead of us. We have not got into the question. No. We don't even want to know what the question is saying now. We are still trying to analyze each of the paragraphs, and that's the way to do that. Okay. So let's move on. The performance of the second laboratory's activities and the three separate divisions is regularly reviewed by the chief operating decision maker. In addition to the head of divisions, there is the head of the second laboratory. The head of the second laboratory is directly accountable to the CODM, and they discuss the operating activities, allocation of resources, and financial results of the laboratory. Now, at this point, without reading anything further, do we want to agree that we have 5 reportable segments of I love this question. Seriously, I love this question. Oh yeah,
Please,
we are
please,
doing it to our we have
please, I'm
we have
looking
4
at
or
it
5.
that it's like 4. I'm still looking at it that it's like 4, but the way you explained, so.
So I can't will confuse you. If you don't know, I can't know your mates.
Please, sir, can you
You said yeah, explain it. It's 5, Abby. No problem. Any other opinion?
when you explain is 5, but when you look at the segment, because the other one, since you said whether it met internal or
Don't
external,
look at
that
what
is
I
part of the
say.
segment.
The current, the most fresh, the freshest information is paragraph 4. I think we are in paragraph 4, Abby. Yes, paragraph 4. The performance of the second activities and the 3 separate division is regularly reviewed by blah 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 blah. That is where we are. From this information, are we having 4 or 5 operating reportable segment? It's not operating this time around.
The performance of the second.
Operating, sorry, operating. This is still operating. Sorry. The only one that has qualified as reportable is that self-laboratory. One is clear. It's reportable segments. There is no doubt about it. Oh yeah.
We have 4.
My people, what's going on now?
It's 4.
Okay. Who's it now?
We have 4, sir, because 4 is the one that is reportable to that their work is being reviewed by the CODM.
Yes, the chief operating decision maker.
So meaning that one of them is taking out. Any contrary opinion?
Hello, sir. I support her too, because for a segment to be an operating segment, apart from the fact that it must earn revenue and make expenses, its activities has to be regulated by the CODM. And from this 4th paragraph now, they said the second department and 3 other divisions are being monitored by the CODM. It means that the first one not being monitored by the CODM is an exemption. Yes. So in conclusion, to me, I would say it's 4.
Okay. The last paragraph here. Fine Phase Limited is uncertain as to whether the research and development abilities should be reported to separate segments under FIS 8 operating segments. You need to provide an answer to this one. I'm very sure they will ask it. In fact, the question is just that advise the director of Fine Phase Limited on this issue. What we have been doing since I started this question, if you have done it to this, you have done it to this level, you earn 8 marks. Lawfare. The last part is this last paragraph. They are asking you whether you have to match the 2 laboratories. That's what they're asking you. And to match it, those 5 criteria that we have mentioned, are they similar in products? Are they similar in the production processes? Did they have the same type of customer? Did they have the same regulatory authority? Meaning that is it the same law that binds them together? And all of these 4 that I've mentioned, out of the 5, I told you I forgot the 5. Out of the 5, affects directly these 2 laboratories, and they qualify. Then you can match. The person that was talking about margin the other time, those 5 things, this is where it's useful now. They can match and become one.
The one you omitted is about customer. Are they having the same customer?
I mentioned customer.
The nature of their product and services, the nature of their production processes,
the nature of their production.
I mentioned product or services, I mentioned production processes, I mentioned customer, I mentioned regulatory.
The method used to distribute their products.
Thank you. Distribution channel, yes. That's one I forgot. So you now list those 5, you now explain to answer this last one. But all the analysis we have been doing, that was why I told the person that was dealing with questions. All the analysis we have been doing since morning, if you have done it the way we have done it, you earn your 8 marks full. I can assure you that. if you have done it the way we have done those breakdown that we started with, okay, this one does this one mean that this does, like I told you, first tell them what is operating segments, what are the scope, what is whatever is not even being asked yet, just see it. When we finish that, then go into this question. That's the type of analysis they want you to do in the exam. I don't know. I hope I've been able to guide somebody, Sha. Now we move to the next one. So Jafurawa PLC is a public limited company.
Please excuse you. I did
You
not
said?
understand this merging, please. I do not understand what's explained in this last paragraph that said should they merge the two of them? Like, should you report them as two separate or merge
The
them
first thing you
together?
will state after the thing, all the things we have been saying since morning. I hope you are along with us, yeah, because those ones too we form part of this 8 marks. In fact, that will have earned you 6 marks between me and you. So the last, if you have done that one, I want to believe you have done that one. Then the last part, you start by saying, listing those 5 conditions we just mentioned now. What is the similarities between them? Are they producing the same products? The production process of the two, is it the same? The method of distribution, is it the same? Are they having the same customer? And are they having the same regulatory authority? Then you now come back here and apply that based on the information we have so far on the 2 laboratories rather. Clearly, all of those conditions are met. All of them. All of them. All of those 5 conditions are met in this case. Are you with me?
Okay, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
So, sir, if the 5 conditions, let's say they met only 3, so that means you will not like.
Thank you.
Let me
Thank you. You will not advise them to, you will not see them as, you cannot match them. Yes, you cannot match them. The 5 must be met in this case.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so let's go to the B. The program is a public limited company that trade in 6 areas which are reported separately in the internal account to the chief operating decision maker. The result of this segment for the year is this, as you can see. You have to address to the director, advising them on which of the operating segment was a reportable operating segment for the year ended December 31, 2021, in accordance with IFRS 8. You have 7 marks here. If I were you, what will you first do? What will you first do in this 7-mark question? Hello, is anybody there?
We are with you, sir.
Define operational
I'm afraid you are not.
segment.
God bless you. You tell us what is operating segment. Operating segment. You don't need to just talk generally. They need you to explain what operating segment is all about.
Then after
Then
that,
you
now
tell
give
them what
step
is
by step
reportable segment.
analysis.
No. You tell them what reportable segment is as well. Why?
Okay.
Reason is that they needed to understand, they needed to confirm that you really know what you are doing. When you are now defining reportable segment, you now tell them those criteria that make it reportable. That is, if either of the 3 conditions are met, 3 areas, 10%, that segment must meet at least 10% of the total internal and external revenue. Okay? That means you consider both internal and external revenue, or it must meet the profits of the total profit reported by the segment that reported profits. I kept on trying to make sure you understand this one. Oh. You don't go and see what's the total under profit and say 42. You are on your own. You take only the profit part. 2 plus 26 plus 18 plus 4 plus 8. When you do that one, what is the total? You now take the one you want to consider. Okay, what does that one have? 26 over what the total of that is. Are we together? Is
No, sir.
anybody there?
No, sir. Please, sir, recap.
Hello, sir. We are here.
We are lost.
Come back home. I said this profit is the one I need to explain because it's the one that can cause problem. You know, under this profit, you have 2, you have 26. Confirm that with me so that I know you are together.
Yes.
Confirm. Yes. So you have 2, you have 26, you have 18. You now have -4. You have +4 again. You have 8. You now have -12, right?
Yes.
So addition of the whole of that is now giving you 42. So when you now want to deal with this part, you don't take 42 as the total you want to consider. No, you separate the profit part from the loss. The profit part, you now take 2 plus 26 plus 18 plus 4 plus 8. You write it somewhere. What is the total of that?
That means we take 58.
Somebody help.
58.
This 20 is 46 plus 12. Yes. So that's 58 now. Don't worry yourself. You are looking for 10%.
Please, where did you see 2 plus 26?
Segment profit.
That column for segment profit and loss.
Okay.
Thank God. So you not start considering 2 over 58. It's like you don't know what you are doing. You can easily start with, okay, you look at, okay, what can likely be up to 10%. If you take 8 over 58, will it be up to 10%?
More than 10%. About 40%.
Okay, 10. The 58. You convert it to percentage.
14%.
13.7%.
13.8 or 40% approximately.
You do that for those 3, you get more than 10%. Those ones, they are made up in the profit or loss. You not take the one that is lost too. You take 4 and 12 separately. You had them together 16. So which one is now going to be 10%? Show me way more higher now. It's body care. It's only body care. You likely consider it. You understand?
I didn't.
Can you help us with cap, sir? The network is making serious gaps there.
And the screen is not showing.
Yes.
It's not showing again.
The screen is showing, sir. It's showing. The network, the screen is showing.
The screen is showing now.
Yes, it's just showing now.
I guess some network are more powerful than other. My battery is almost down. I don't know how he survives to this time. Let me be fast.
Repeat that segment that you mentioned. We are not hearing you.
Voila. Did you hear Voila now?
Yes. Now
we hear that one.
Okay, so what I said was that for the profit parts, you only take the ones that you should, because you don't have all the time in the exam. I'm saying this. Normally, you can do 4/58, 8/58, 2/58, 26. You can do all that, but you may not. You don't even have that time in the exam. I'm very sure. I've been there. So what you need to do is that do some calculation in your head. Which one will be up to 10%? If something is 58, what is 10% of 58? You know automatically 10% of 58 is 5.8, right?
Yes.
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 So any number that is less than 5.8 here, don't consider it. It's as simple as that. Do you understand? For this profit or loss part, the profits now that we are considering now, any number that is not up to 5.8, don't bother about it. Okay? So that means number from 8, 26, 18, they qualify. So even if they did not meet up in every other area, they have met up in this profit or loss. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
So thank you. Then you can check for the one that constitutes loss. That one, the two of them is 16. What's 10% of 16?
1.6.
1.6.
So the two of them are qualified based on the loss criteria.
Okay.
The two of them are qualified based on the loss criteria.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Based on I think the grouping of this is based on their combined segment, those that are related.
I can't hear her again. No, maybe it's me.
Those that are related, like this chemical Africa, do not relate with hair care, cosmetics care. So I think based on those that are related, then we are choosing like this 26, 18,
You are not
4,
getting it
8.
You are not getting it. I need to clear that for you. You are not getting it. It's not those that are related. It's not those that are related. They only consider related. Listen, when they realize that one, it doesn't meet up with the requirement for reportable segments. Okay? When it does, when you need, there is a need for you to combine it with another. That is when you start comparing and considering relationship, whether it's similar or not. No. Once that is not the case, you consider it on its own merits separately. So let's go back to revenue. You have external and internal revenue. I've told you before. The example I told you the other time actually paid out here. You don't consider external and consider internal separately. No. What is the total revenue? 476, right?
Yes.
So what's the 10% of 476?
47.6.
47.6.
So any number that is less than 47.6 under this one we are considering. Any number that is less than 47.6 is not qualified.
That's
Any
total.
any segment that is less than 47.6 is not qualified. You get that?
Under what? External.
Under the
14%.
revenue, the total, you only consider the total line, not where internal or external, the total.
Okay.
Which means that it's only 2 in external and 1 in internal.
Yes, now I have told you before, just one is okay. If you have confirmed one under segment of profit or loss, you don't need to confirm it in another place. We have clarified that earlier. We just need them one, either in revenue or profit or loss or assets or liabilities.
Okay. Just one.
Just one, yes.
Okay.
So that in that case, we have body care. You know that body care was in loss. That pharmaceutical retail was in loss. But when we consider the revenue now, the pharmaceutical retail does not meet up, but body care met up.
Yes.
You know the hair care. I need to be breaking this down and calling your attention to the hair care. Under the profit or loss, it's met up. But here, under the revenue, it did not meet up. Are you getting the dynamics of what they are saying now?
Yes.
So, insofar it has met up in one, you don't need to consider yourself in others.
Yes.
So, we now move to assets. You said?
It's tricky. You now get
Yes, very tricky. Yes. That's why I'm trying to break it down. Take my time to address it directly. So
Hello, sir.
let's go to assets. Yes. Go on.
Hello, sir. I think that chemical African and the rest of the world, someone can add the two figures together. For example, like this revenue, this 28 and 112 with a 14 and 16, they can add everything together and calculate this one.
No, you cannot. What do they call it? Rest of the world. I told you how to identify segments before. It may be on location, it may be on the product line. I said it. So that rest of the world is telling you every other part of the world that is not located in the location where all the other ones are. They have now grouped them together. It's deliberate. They know what they are doing.
Okay.
So you don't mind it.
Okay.
If you check very well, it is the next highest revenue, and under asset too is the highest is the next highest asset. So the same thing with what's it called? Is the highest profit. So you can't match it with that one that will cause wahala later. That one is having, in fact, I'm not sure this chemical Africa will qualify to any level. It's not qualifying to any level you want to count it. I'm wrong. When you check liability, it's qualified. Do you get it? Yes. That chemical Africa is only under liabilities you can consider it. Every other place, it failed.
It fails, yes.
So that's it, Sha. So those are the things you do. There's no big deal in the calculation. You don't even need to calculate anything. Just identify what's the 10% and compare it with each of the figures for each line you are considering. Then you come up with your
Excuse me, sir.
provided the.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Following what you are telling us how to identify a reportable segment, it's like the hair care is not qualified. It's not a reportable segment. Looking at it, hair care.
It's qualified under this profit or loss now. It's profits. Its profit is more than 10% of the segment that make profits.
Okay.
But are the cosmetics being qualified? Yes. Cosmetics.
Qualifies
that's under profit.
Profits and loss.
That cosmetics, Abby. Let me check.
Yes.
Cosmetics did not qualify.
Prof, did not qualify.
That one does not qualify in anything.
It didn't qualify.
Yes,
Cosmetics
That
and
no, yes. Thank
pharmaceutical
you. That's
retail.
the only one that do not qualify
Yes.
in anything. Yes,
And the
cosmetics do not
pharmaceutical
qualify in anything.
retail to be not is not reportable too.
It is reportable under external.
The laws. Under laws. No, you don't take external separately. I've told you, hey, don't go and make that mistake. You take the total. And check the condition. I'll check the material. Maybe tomorrow because my system will even go and check. It they said both external and internal revenue, so you don't separate it.
Yes, we're not separating it. It's together.
So if it's together, it's not qualified. If it's under external, yes, it's qualified. You understand now? Hello.
Hello.
The person that is saying pharmaceutical retail is qualified under external. Do you understand now? It's not qualified.
Yes, sir.
So
Please,
this
I have
where
a
we,
question.
oh yeah, as far as my system will go off.
Okay, sir. It's from the previous question we solved. What do you later agree on? Is it for this operating and reportable segment?
Is
the previous question
is the question did not ask us possible
well
this
from
one
the
Abi?
analysis. No, the previous one from the analysis.
Maybe the question of
Your line is
the A
breaking.
part now.
Yes, the A part, yes, sir.
The only one that is able to identify I said
We can't hear you again.
I can't hear you, sir.
Maybe his laptop has shut down.
You can see
No, sir, I can't see it, and your line is breaking.
you want me to go hello. Wow. Even the phone said now I want to pass that message before the break here.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, you can hear me now. Good. So I said we can find from I think yes, paragraph.
Sir, it's breaking. It's breaking.
We can't hear you. It's unfortunate we can't hear you.
Laboratory investigation activities for other laboratories of care companies. Can you hear me?
So I don't know if you can maybe type it because your line is breaking seriously.
This is not
So if you can use the chat box, that would be good.
it's even telling me you lost your network. Oh, no wonder you yes.
So how about you send it to the WhatsApp group, please?
Yes, you can send it to your classmates, sir, and you forward it.
So, can you hear me? Let me quickly say it. Can you hear me now?
It's breaking,
Yes.
sir.
Bye. Okay, we will be calling it a.
So here I have only 4 reporting segments. That makes the criteria.